The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers New York District recently completed the installation of a box culvert, creating an underpass on the New Jersey Railroad line in Middlesex, New Jersey. The placement of the culvert is part of the overall Greenbrook flood risk management project.
Right now, we're building elements within the borough of Middlesex, New Jersey, as part of System CHBD. This particular culvert is an option under the Segment C1 contract, which consists of a base flood wall.
We see behind me is a culvert that was formed in place that's going to be shortly rolled into that railroad embankment that was been excavated. And this culvert will serve for relief floodwater coming from Brook, that's right over here. So when Brook gets to overbank flows, it'll now come through this additional culvert. There's an existing culvert already. This is going to allow higher flows to go through this new culvert. And the idea is, with this additional capacity, to alleviate some flooding possibility upstream of the culvert.
The Army Corps worked 24/7 with its contractor to get this work done within a 72-hour window. Time was critical in installing the culvert and have it in place before the Monday morning commute.
So Carbro began excavating the existing embankment then. They took that out of the way. And then they excavated down below from a few feet up to maybe about 8 feet so that you could have a suitable subbase for the weight of the culvert and the track, the embankment material on it. Obviously it has to have a firm footing because you're going to have commuter trains with hundreds of people, going over this. So we excavated down to up to about 8 feet, brought in DGA, dense grade aggregate, filled underneath this. And then once everything was compacted every 6 or 12 inches so that you wouldn't have any shift with the weight of the culvert, and the contractor laid these steel plates down. You can see the mobile transports there in each barrel of the culvert. Those plates provided distribution of force for the weight and ensured that everything stayed stable. They only lifted it a few inches, maybe like 4 or 5 inches off the ground. Slowly brought it into place, and I see they've lowered it. The next thing they'll do is they'll back those machines out of there, and the two mountains over there of aggregate, one of them is going to be placed back in the embankment level with the top of the culvert. That's the DGA, or dense grade aggregate. Once that's in, the material called I-9 would be placed on top until you have the general shape of the embankment. Once we're there, transit will come in. These loose sections of track, these 2 loose sections of track that were removed, will be brought back in place. Transit will work to reopen the line in time for Monday morning commuter traffic at 4 a.m.
This project would have not been possible without the partnership of NJDEP and NJ Transit.
The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection is our project partner on the Greenbrook project. We cost share the project, 75% federal, 25% non-federal. We had representatives of DEP out here today to view this operation. It's kind of a unique thing. I've never seen anything like this before that was this complex, or kind of cool to watch. And I think that was a pretty common sentiment.